Hello everyone, welcome to Sleepy Notes Club. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, first of all, I would like to apologize because things have been quite rough, to be honest. I have a family member in the hospital in Mexico, and it's really difficult when you're literally in the other side of the world and you can't really move that easy. We are also about to move back to Mexico for a long while. So at the moment, I'm literally thinking and freaking out and just like selling stuff. I'm thinking, how am I gonna take all my planners and my journals, and do I have enough space, all these things. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with that, but I just wanted to really apologize about promising all these things. I've been saying that the shop is going to be ready for about 2-3 weeks, and I've been working on it. I had some issues with Etsy, finally resolved some like tax issues stuff anyway. But I'm really happy. I did put out the freebies a couple weeks ago. The shop is ready. I will put the link down below where you can find all the inserts that I'm gonna show you when I flip through my personal. Some inserts are in my shop, in my Etsy shop, and some others are as freebies, and I'm gonna be like uploading from here on more freebies and more inserts. So I think I need to explain my new system. It's not really new, but just like an update. So as always, my personal is my planner, is my catch-all. This is where I keep my trackers, I like monthlies, weeklies, dailies, to-dos, everything that I need to function in society, and I'll go through that. And now I am introducing again, because I used to use a traveler's notebook. This is a passport traveler's notebook in black. And I used to use one, what was it? I think it was 6 months ago or something like that. And I was using it as my one line a day, but it just didn't work out that well. And then I changed my one line a day to my personal. It worked amazing for the longest time. But I been thinking that I really needed a kind of separation between my productive planner and my personal feelings planner or notebook. And I'm using two Moleskine notebooks, and one of them is my one line a day / memory keeping, and my other one is my scrapbook. I'll go a bit more in detail when I show you this. And then this one is just my pocket, my everyday carry, my wallet, and it's the same. Okay, so that's a bit of an introduction. Just really quick, on this side I always have the same, just my a note with my details if this ever gets lost. I got some notes that my dad like wrote at one point, my mom as well. I got some what are these called, like receipt thingies that shops use, and this is where I just jot like if I have a really like long shopping list or something that requires a bit more of like creativity, I guess I just write it down there instead of just making a list. And this one I'm keeping, this here reminds me of what I used to do back in the day with my mood tracker, but I'm keeping this time a traveler's notebook, sticker release paper I think it's called. I bought it on Amazon, and I just pasted like a couple of the packaging stickers that I got when I bought some like really old school Filofax inserts. And this is from a book I think I got in a charity shop, and this is from a postcard, things like that. Just like how it looks. But what I'm keeping here is my sticker album, and I do have my my mini as my kind of, I guess I could call it now like sticker release planner, I guess. But yeah, I keep everything here, but sometimes when I'm out I don't really bring it with me because I forget. So if I'm like going to a coffee shop to plan, I kind of forget about it. This is always, I still use it, it's on my desk, but I thought this would be a good idea to bring. And I just have my favorite like stickers here. I bought this in Mexico in Office Depot. I got these ones on Amazon and charity shops, things like that. So I just got a compilation of my favorite stickers, and I'm using it here. Now the main reason why I have this here is because I was going to use it in my traveler's notebook, but it doesn't fit. It's too chunky, this one, so I had to take one insert out, and I decided this one was the one to, that I didn't need the most, so I'm just using it here for now. And yeah, so on this side I've got, this is just like a cutout from one of my favorite books that I found in a charity shop. I have it all around. You'll see this cover or this like cutout here as well, so I just really like how it looks. But yeah, this is a freebie that I made for September, and I'm using it as like my monthly calendar, just to mark off the days that I'm using my planner. If you haven't seen it, it's a freebie bundle that I made, and it's in my drive. I'll link it down below, but you can also find it in like my bio on Instagram. I have all my links there. I had a lot of fun designing this. As you probably can tell, one of my favorite things is gardening. As in, I don't practice it that much. I do want it's like my aim in life. But for now, for circumstances, not having an actual house with a garden and things like that, that's for later. But I'm just putting all my love into gardening. You know, all these kind of designs just bring me joy, and I thought it would be good to do it for September. And I found this quote as well online, and I just vibe with it a lot because it just feels really cozy. September to me feels super cozy. So yeah, in the bundle you will see that on one side you have the calendar. You can use it for anything really. I'm using it, like I said, to mark the days off, but you can use it for, I don't know, as a tracker even. It's up to you. And on the other side, oh, by the way, okay, let me just say this real quick. This one is the trial I printed a while back before I even put the freebies online. So you'll find that they're a bit different. So in the actual freebies on this side, you'll see that there's an inbox section and a notes section. I just thought after kind of thinking about it, that will make more sense. So you'll open your planner, you'll have this, and then you'll have an inbox. But this one is still the same. In the freebie bundle, I have my September goals, which again, I've always been super into having goals and wins, and I wanted to make it more of a big deal, at least for me. I want to look back and be like, you know what, even in tough times, good things happen as well. You know, you should be proud of yourself, and you know, just to go through all of these things. A big win for me was hitting 10k followers on IG. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. I can't believe it, honestly. So yeah, that's been a big month and a big win. Anyway, yeah, so I've got that the beginning of my planner. Then we go into the finance section, and this one also changed a lot. I'm using these inserts that I also designed, and my thought behind them was just creating something that really works for me and hoping that, you know, you get inspired, and if it works for you, then you know, that'll be the best. They are on Etsy right now as a bundle and as individuals, like these two, and then these two, and then also as a bundle. But basically I have my no spend, which I always keep up with. I use it more as a no spend, marking of the days that I didn't spend money, but also as when are the days that I actually spend money on stationery or notebooks or planners. So this is like my no spend / planner spend tracker. This is how I use it anyway. So I just write the things that I've bought and mark off the days I didn't spend money. And you can see I've been like polishing my traveler's notebook setup. This is where I keep my fixed expenses / like bills that I always have, and this is my income as well. I have more bills than income, I guess, so that's what it is. Just some notes here to keep me updated on what I'm spending money and how the credit cards are working. This is again part of the bundle and is a calendar view. The reason why I like this is because you have space to write whatever you want. For me, I write the stuff that I bought. For example, this one is where I bought a hobby recipe book, so something more interesting, and the total, how much it was. I bought the traveler's notebook and the totals. We went to a Suffolk Dog Day, which is what the area we're in, and I just bought a coffee, but I thought that was, you know, important in my life. I guess it was a big event. And if it's something like a coffee or just drinks or whatever, just something more, a bit more like least interesting, I guess I would just put it on this side. And now we are going to my trackers. So all of these are inserts that I created for my trackers. I'm using this as my sleep tracker. This is where I record the amount of hours I slept. If I highlight it, then it means that I hit my 8+ hours of sleep. And then this visual here is the same, but I have some keys in here. And for example, if I dream something, which I've been doing a lot every single day, then I'll do a little of a key. See, I've been dreaming a lot. we have a thing of watching UFC with my husband, so I'm also checking the days that we have UFC, and to me this makes it more interesting to track my stuff, I guess. My fitness tracker as well is a version of like a calendar, like the one I show you for the expenses, but I'm tracking my fitness data that I get on my Apple Watch. So I just look at this, I get my, like, what's it called, the rings, I guess, the completion rings for how many minutes I did an exercise. Oh, there, here you go, this is the key I'm using. So these are the rings on my watch. So I just do calories, workout, like minutes that I worked out, and the standing times, and then on this highlighted bits in between in each day, then that's when I do my step trackers. I did stop recording my watch rings here just because I've been forgetting to charge my watch, so I haven't had the proper like data to do, but I'm still recording my my step tracker anyway, because I have an app on my phone, so that's fine. And this is where I record what kind of activity I made. So for example, we went to the gym, we went on a walk, or for example, we had badminton, yoga, anything like that. This is where I write what I did. And in here is again my visual calendar supporting this, and I'm just using these dot stickers that I think I bought them on Amazon. They're really easy to find. And then on this side is a habit tracker. There's 2 calendars that I made also in the bundle, but this is more like a challenge that I'm making myself. So I'm tracking my water and my healthy eating, and every time I do it, I just add a random color dot stickers. The last tracker is my monthly view of all the other trackers that again mean something to me. For example, like skincare, AM, PM, and I just add like a little dot. Hair care, productivity, activity, if I upload something to sleepy notes, things like that. So this is where I keep all the other trackers. But yeah, now this is my health log. Again, this is the same layout I used to do back in the day. I just used to draw all the lines, but now I finally made it properly. And the way I do it is, if there's any pain, then I will just write the key according to what you like, pain or ache I had. This like other one is for my period, so this is where I'll put if there's any spotting or, you know, the flow kind of thing. And then this one is where I do like a star review of my health, if there was like a low kind of health, okay, or a good health. And I'm so surprised I've been so good in September, even though it's been a bit of a mentally rough month. Physically, I've been pretty good, except that neck pain that was killing me. And this is where I do if I take any kind of pills or medicine of any kind. This has been my mood tracker for the longest time. Is from Filofax, the 4 or 5 years, I think, log. And see, keeping the same. I've been really consistent, I'm really happy to see. And this is where I write down the details here. But yeah, so then again, I'm still using my Filofax meal planner, and I've been slacking just a little bit. I don't know why. I still do it, but I am finding it a bit more challenging to actually flip all the way here and keep up with my meal trackers. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but I still like to do it, and I'll continue. But yeah, see, there you go. I've been slacking a bit. But yeah, anyway, that's that. This one is my yearly trackers. Again, it's becoming really messy. I am thinking of designing a new insert for this so I can actually have them, but I'll let you know. I'll probably upload it to the drive. So this one is a part of a magazine. A book, I think, yeah, a vintage book that I got in a charity shop, of course, and I love the illustration of this, like, I think it was like a Victorian supper table, and I really like that. And this one I am gonna use as my food section, even though I only have the kind of meals I want to do as soon as we get back to Mexico, but you know, this is what that's gonna be. I'll keep you posted about that one. I still need to work on that. Now, as you can see, after this I had my one line a day before I moved it to my traveler's notebook. So now we go straight to my planning. I have first my monthly section. Again, it's a freebie on my drive, and this is what helps me create my weeklies and my dailies. So this is a very important part of my system, and I don't know, it's been going really well. Now let's go on to my weekly section. Now I've had a lot of like trial and error, I guess, with my weeklies, and I uploaded like 2 or 3 layouts on Etsy already. All of these are there as well, and one of the first inserts that I made that I really enjoyed is this one. It's because I always had, let me show you real quick. I always had my inbox here like that. It's just a list with all my weeks and it just works amazing. So I wanted to combine the inbox that I always use with my weekly pages, and they work amazing. They really did. There's also some space for notes. So I do events here. Tasks that are specific to the day that I really need to do on that day go here, and tasks that are more recurrent, like everyday tasks, for example, I uploading things to Sleepy Notes or diet or whatever, they go here. So it worked really well, but then I wanted a bit more of a change. So for example, instead of having the weekly version and the inbox, I decided to just create this, which to me is so satisfying. My brain just loves this. And again, this all comes blank. I use my Tombow to just highlight this with a gray that I really like. So yeah, it's just a list, ticking off things that I did, and if there's something really important, then I'll just highlight it with my other Tombow. But yeah, my brain loves this. It just works for me, and it's also on Etsy if you're interested. This is this week. Is it this week? Yes, this is this week, and it's been going great. And I can actually show you how it looks empty, kinda. And yeah, so it's like this, just very simple. On data you can do your like numbers and all these things. So now on to my daily, and again, my daily is always been trial and error, but I've been having a lot of fun designing all these layouts. So all the layouts that I uploaded work for me, and I've been trying them a lot. That's one of the reasons why I just took so long with the shop as well, because I just wanted to trial them and see if they actually work and if they make sense. And this one, for example, is one that I was really enjoying, with the schedule in the upper half of the page and then priorities and to-dos on this side. It worked really good. I finally figured out a way to highlight without being too much, because too many colors really bother me. So my way of doing it is just using 3 colors. 2 of them in like my brain should be monochromatic, so like grays. Maybe for myself, I really love this dark gray and then these like soft gray, and then adding another color in between. For me, that creates a bit of like a still minimal, but you know, it's just the right amount of color. So that's how I've been kind of like color coding my schedule. But yeah, anyway, so this is one with the schedule on top, and this is another one that I really enjoyed. And this is the one I've been using the most, actually, with the schedule on the right. And then I have, for example, this one has space for priorities here on data, so you can just add your date. And again, I work really well dividing my day in half, so AMs and then lunch and then PMs. So I really work well with knowing what I have to do before lunch and then what I have to do after. So this one has AMs and PMs. All is blank. I just use my highlighter. And then yeah, I think I have a couple more layouts online now, where I do, instead of AMs PMs, I do like morning, midday and evening as well, because I don't know, just people just plan in different ways, and I just want it to be useful for everyone. So I hope you like those anyway. And while having a bit of issues with my weeklies and changing them to the ones I'm using now, which, by the way, let me just add this little what's it called, gold separator, I don't know how to call it, works really well. I received it because I ordered a traveler's notebook and it came for free in the packet. There you go. I'm using it as my separator, and I put it in between my monthly and my weekly, so that way I can just access this real fast, and I have my monthly on one side and my weekly, the week I'm in, really fast. So that's just how it's working. But anyway, since I decided to change everything to this and use this weekly instead, I also wanted to try something very similar for my daily. So I created the kind of counterpart of that as my like daily, and this is how it looks. Again, it's also online and I really like it. I just really love just very minimal lists, and it's working amazing. Yeah, I just started using it, so this is how it's looking. This is today. A bit messy, but it just works. And this one is a cutout from a book that I got on one of our walks. We went in a really cute town and I found this, and it says Pleasures of the Autumn and Winter Garden, and I just love the illustration, so I thought it would be a nice addition. And this is an ollie clip that I'm just keeping this to access my dailies. So yeah, that is basically my monthly, weekly and dailies. Now it's time to go to my inbox section like always. Again, this is such a big deal to me because my inbox is, I think, the core of everything. I take the tasks that I am allocating on my monthly and then my weekly and daily from my inbox. So this is just very important to me, and I just have pictures of my husband who has a baby, us as well, and this ruler from Franklin Covey. And then we go on the inbox. This inbox is also a freebie, it's on the drive. And again, this is the same style that I always used to plan, and I do my inbox and I just use my Tombow highlighter to highlight the weeks. I've been keeping up with it and completing some things here and there. And yeah, this is September. And then on this side, I just have more like future looks that I do want to redesign this. I also have more future looks for 2025. This is from Franklin Covey. More Mexico specific future look, my birthdays and everything this is from Filofax. Some more pictures and memories and things like that. And then we go on to my work. So I think it's the first time showing my work section. I don't have many things. I just have like post-it notes to give me some reminders of what I need to do. I create designs like branding, social media and all these things for clients. So I need to be on top of posting dates and things like that. So it's just reminders like that. I'm using another of my inbox for just work and projects and things I need to ask, and I need to design a flyer and all these things. So this is what I'm doing for my inbox for my work. More reminders. I'm using this as a really rustic, I guess, income tracker for my clients as well. I also want to redesign it, but I'm still not sure what I want to do. So for now, it's just like that. More notes for another client that I have, some list of clients I've had in 2024, and that's just it. I have more things, but I'm trying to condense it so it doesn't become too chunky. Now this side, which I don't think I can show too much because this is my projects, meaning my shop, and there's a lot of ideas for insert stuff that I want to show you, as in I want to present to you, but it's just really a mess. But I just have like things that I need to do to open my shop, things like design thumbnails, the freebies, all these things, ideas for the types of inserts that I want to do and design. Weeklies, I want to do like a vertical weekly, like a weekly spread. I have monthlies, I want to do some book inserts, I want to do some physical products, all these things. So yeah, that's just that. And this is this is also part of the shop, but this is like I'm using the same inbox to do like dates, relevant dates to upload for the shop. Again, I need to work a lot on that. And this is finance section as well, but I'm gonna keep this a bit private just because it's such a mess and I have credit card numbers and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go past that. Have reference for some inspiration that I want to use for my inserts as well, things that I like, the vibes that I want to get, a lot of cutouts for books, things like that, and stuff for my website and things like that, just in general. I love having all of this in my personal. They work amazing for me. And then the last section is my note section. Oh, it's not the last section, but it's the last relevant section. It's my note section. And I don't know if I told you this actually, but my notes section used to be in my pocket. But again, my pocket is just really my everyday carry. I can't have like for example, the movies I want to watch my husband, things like that I like to keep in my notes here, because this is just my EDC. I don't really feel the need to reach for it when I want to know what to cook or what movie to watch. So I decided to bring it back to my personal because I'm always in here. So yeah, I just have like you know, my skincare routine. I have my planner collection of the things I bought. Got ideas for dog names, baby names, usernames. This is what I used to do with my wins back in the day. I used to compile it all in one, but now I'm doing the monthly wins. Movies I want to watch together with my husband, watch solo, just some ideas for my planners as well. We are keeping up with some really cool British programs about countryside and about houses, and I keep track of like what series it is and what episode it's in and stuff like that. Currently reading. I do want to make a bit more of a deal with reading and actually recording it, but for now I'm just keeping this here. Again, reading, and then I just have a map of the London Underground because in October I have a very nice and very significant trip with my friends. They're coming to visit me in the UK from Mexico, and we're gonna go London and Bath and Dover and Cambridge. So I am doing all the planning in here, like to-dos, things to pay, who's paying what. I got, just because I don't think I'm gonna reference it, it's very old, but I just like a London Underground map, just to signify that's what we're doing, where we're going, outfits I'm kind of like piecing together, things like that. And this, sorry, it's also, I forgot about this actually. This is supposed to be my food section, which I showed you at the beginning. I forgot I made this. I made this kind of like scrapbooky thingy, which I am gonna use, but I'm gonna put it here just because well, my food section is not gonna be here. I think it's gonna be on the front. And then the last section, which I've showed before, is my social, with like my social calendar for Instagram, ideas for videos and stuff like that. And at the end I just keep some receipts. And yeah, this is my personal. There's been a lot of updates, a lot of inserts. Using my Ranger. Again, I just feel like September and autumn is Ranger vibes, or the other way around. Now, my traveler's notebook. This is gonna be quick because it's kind of newish. This is a passport traveler's notebook in black. I'm using a Kaweco Sport rollerball pen, which I love. I did change the ink for the Uniball pen that I really like, and I just cut it and it fits really well in here. So yeah, this is life-changing. When I finish this ink, I think I'm just gonna put a refill from my Pentel Energel Cleaner here, because it's my favorite ink, and I'll probably just cut it to size and then just use it with this because I just love how this one looks. So yeah, this is my traveler's notebook, and again, this is my personal book. So my brings is productive future, and this is personal feelings, what's happening in my life, kind of thing. And this is how it looks like. I hope it's in frame. Okay, there you go. I zoomed in. I think it will be better for you to actually see what's happening. But yeah, so on this little guy here, I have a traveler's notebook insert and two Moleskine notebooks. And when you open it, it looks like this. On this side, like I said, it's a traveler notebook. It's just a grid notebook insert. And this one is my stationery journal. Now, real quick, the reason why I decided to just condense everything in this little guy is because I had a lot of different journals that I was not using that often. So I always have a stationery journal where I record if I found really cool stickers on a charity shop, or if I bought a new planner, or if I bought a new book or something, anything like that. But I used to have a big A5 notebook for it. And so, you know, I was like, like 5 pages in the whole 2024. So it was a thing that's special and important to me, but I was not using it that often. Same with my one line a day. I decided to just use a Moleskine notebook for that, which I will show you. I also have like my junk journal slash scrapbook slash memory keeping that I had in another notebook, which is this one. But again, I was not using it that often. I only had like a couple of spreads really, but I still needed it. So my thought was, okay, we're moving to Mexico, there's not going to be enough space, and I have so much stuff that I'm not really using every day, but I still want to keep. So I thought, why don't I just combine these 3 things that mean so much to me in a smaller version and just keep them in one, which this is why I love Traveler's Notebook. It's just like the rings. You can just have your little village of your notebooks that you like and need in your life, kind of thing. And this is like, just like my personal rings is like helps me be a human and be part of society. This helps me mentally, just like, you know, deal with myself and everything. So it's just my mental, like my, what's it called, my therapist, I guess, in a way. That's the reason why I decided to just downsize and compile all the other notebooks that I didn't use every day in my Traveler's Notebook. So now it's here. But yeah, like I said, my stationery, this is my stationery journal, and I just like to keep every kind of like stickers or parts of the packaging. I always like to just keep that. That's, to me, that's a stationery journal, really, just to keep track of what I buy. And if it's pretty, that's even better. And this is just, you know, one of the pages that come with the zipper case refill, which is this one actually. So I just paste that here, and I just like knowing that I went crazy with the Traveler's Notebooks at one point. This is also for one of these, for my one line a day moleskin that I just purchased. Then, you know, this is just the packaging or the cover. And I also just bought, and I'm really happy with this Trusco, is that how you call it? The Japanese toolbox, which I love, and it's in here. I really, really like it. It's so cool. It's so heavy. Like I don't know how I'm gonna travel with this, but it's the perfect size for my Tombos. So really happy about that. That's my pen case for now. So that's literally my stationery journals. Every time I buy something, I will just paste it here, and I'm just holding it with just this clip. Now on to this side, this is, like I said, like a zipper plastic thingy, and I'm just keeping this memory that I bought in the Portobello market in London. This is just part of like an old book as well, like just cutouts, my dot stickers as well that I always use. And we gone to my first notebook, which is my scrapbook. This is the mini version of having my yellow scrapbook. So let me show you. So I have color coding and things that I like. So for example, Green for Garden, my interest, junk journal, things like that, my husband. The date I started this scrapbook slash commonplace slash junk journal, I guess, I don't know how to call it. There's everything in one. And this is just a postcard that I got from our trip to Bury St Edmunds. So again, I'm not gonna use this in my rings planner. I'm not gonna use it in my one line a day. It's too pretty. So this notebook is to compile pretty things that I find and that I want to record. I don't need to make a whole new page and spread in my proper scrapbook of it, but I want to have it in my life. So this is where things like that go. I hope it makes sense. I bought this Country Home. This is another book, but it's the Country Home book on a charity shop for £1.50. Very cheap, really cool. I love the cover, and so I made a spread out of it, and that just signifies that I bought this really cool book. So if I buy something cool that I like in a charity shop, I'll just probably put it here as well. And then I just made on a spread because we received a gardening magazine from like a local store, and I really like that. So I'm just literally just made a bit of like a spread about it. And then the last one is we went to Bury, and I got this brochure of like the art shows that we're gonna have in September, and I really like this illustrator. He's called Quentin Blake, and I've seen his artwork before and I really liked it. So obviously I wanted to keep the art somewhere, and I just pasted in here. So this is what this notebook is to me: scrapbooking, memory keeping, junk journal, commonplacing, all in one. No big deal, no rules, just things I like, they go here. So yeah, this one is a plastic thingy where I keep some cutouts that I still want to use, and also my stamps that I will probably use as well when I journal. So I just keep it here for just to see them and actually use them. Now the last notebook is probably my most loved one, and this is my one line a day. Again, the Country Home decorating book cover, because I love how it looks. I just pasted it on my moleskin notebook. This is a grid one. And this is an ollie clip. And let me show you when you open it. You know, I don't have anything other than part of a brochure that I got in Bury, one of my favorite towns. It just means a lot to me, so I just put it here at the first page. And then, oh, that's it. Let me just put it back before it gets lost. I just printed my September calendar again because I really liked it. It was my first freebie, really. So I'm using to mark the days I use this one line a day, which has been really consistent and really good. Also have a little September wins. I really like that. And again, this one has no rules. I'm not gonna print a lot of inserts. I'm not gonna use my ruler. I'm not gonna do anything other than what my heart, I guess, is telling me to do. So I record everything we did. So if we went, for example, shopping, we cooked a Sunday dinner, we went to the Suffolk Dog Day. For example, here I was working on the shop all day, we had badminton. So this is really all I need. But if there's something that requires a bit more detail, for example, when we went to Bury, I will write about it a bit more in detail in another page. And I'm using this as a bullet journal as well. So you have monthly, and then this is the weekly if needed. So if there's a day that I need more detail, then I will just write an entry here. This was Suffolk Dog Day, so it was really cool. I received the Traveler's Notebook here as well. I hit 10K on Instagram. So again, no rules, it's just what I feel like doing. And yeah, I think that's what I need for this kind of journaling. No pressure of making it pretty or anything. We've been trying these cookies as well, and I bought more Traveler's Notebook. I got this from the Gardening magazine as well. So yeah, it just makes it easier to journal. You know, we went on to Southwold, and you know, we had a coffee. We also had a really cool meal in the Cornish Bakery in Bury. And so this is the receipt, and I did journal a bit more about it. So if there's nothing super going on, I will just write my day here. But if there's something with a bit more detail, then I will just go ahead and write in here. And yeah, so I think personally, this one compiles all my interests apart from my functional planning. And yeah. Now, my pocket. This is gonna be a quick one, I promise, because nothing really changed in my pocket. It's still the same. Got all my cards, it's my wallet. I've got the same kind of decorations I had before. I've got a couple of like my Costco card and also some IDs from Mexico in here, so I'm gonna hide that. I lost the other one that I was using to keep all the months, so I need to do it again. But this is just like the annual calendar from Filofax. This is my notes section. Again, same decoration, still using it to keep track of the things I need to sell. The best almond croissant list, the running list that I always like. So just like blank pages for notes. This is my shopping section. I just cleaned it before, so there's not many lists or any at all, but this is where I keep my shopping lists and things that I need to buy in charity shops, things like that. Finance section, I also just cleaned it, and I did add my no spend tracker and my expenses tracker insert as well. There's also the pocket size version. So this is where I just write down if I spend money on something. I'll write it here if I'm out, and then I'll just come back home and write it or record it in my personal. And then my diary section, I'm keeping still my Filofax monthly with only events. As you can see, it's been a very chill time in the sense that I haven't been out. I've been working all day, every day. But yeah, it's just my Filofax monthly, my still weekly Filofax as well. And I decided to stop doing the, you know how I used to divide my weekdays with events and tasks. I still like to do that, but I just want this to be a bit more loose. So I'm just writing the stuff we need to do on the day, so it just looks just very minimal, I guess. And this is the WH Smith calendar that they give, and I just keep here. And I have all the year in here because that's why I'm struggling a bit with this one. It's a bit chunky, but you know, I think it's still okay. So I'm keeping all the year in here, and then this is just still, like I've showed you before, my travel section with my travel essentials, things we want to do, places we want to go in Mexico, the UK. I also have a bit of the London Underground in here and some receipts. And yeah, these are my 3 planners that I'm using at the moment. I hope you have an amazing rest of September. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!